back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and if you're new here, hello. My name is Ashley. I run things here at OCroGal. I'm coming at you with a favorites video today. Couldn't tell you the last time I filmed a favorites video. I'm very excited. As I say in most of my favorites videos, this is one of my favorite things to film. I love being like obsessed with things, and I love raving to you guys about said things that I'm obsessed with. One of my favorite joys in life is like telling, you know, a girlfriend of mine or telling my sister or telling you guys that I'm loving XYZ at the moment, and then having y'all like go get it or try it or whatever and say like, thank you so much for recommending this, I love it so much. That is just, it brings all the joy to my little heart. So these videos are so fun to make, and I'm excited to be back today with another favorites video. I have so many things, and like everything. We got hair stuff, we got makeup, we have food. We're just gonna really just cover all bases today. We're gonna hit the ground running and get right into it. Okay, first things first, my Kindle. This is a newer obsession for me. I've only had it for about 3 or 4 weeks, but I love it so much. I have completely fallen down the booktube rabbit hole, if you will. My girlfriend Natalia, she has 2 channels here on YouTube. We've kind of been YouTube buds for a while. And she is really into reading, and she kept talking about booktube, and I had heard about it before, but I had never really looked up like YouTubers who talk about books. And this all kind of coincided with me really wanting to read more. I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. You know, the past maybe 2 years or so, I've really been trying to read more. I've been telling myself, you need to read more books. I've been setting it as like a resolution, New Year's resolution. Like, I have just been really wanting to like consume more books, and I'm just not consistent. Like, I will get so excited and I'll buy a book at Barnes & Noble and I'll get like 3/4 of the way through and then I won't finish it. And I'm a reader. Like, I love reading all through like middle school, high school. I've loved reading. I am obsessed with like just getting lost into the world of a book. And so I watched some booktube videos thanks to Natalia, and I just got re-inspired all over again, like that bolt of energy before I go to Barnes & Noble to start reading. And I thought, I'm gonna buy a Kindle. Like, I'm gonna buy a Kindle and see if that maybe will aid in the, you know, fact that I do want to read more. I've had this for 3 or 4 weeks, like I said, and I'm on my 4th book. I'm so proud of myself, and it's just been so much fun. I am a romance reader. Like, that's what I read. I read romance. Every now and then I'll read, I wouldn't even say a thriller, but I'll read like a more like suspenseful book, but I am like a romance reader through and through, and this has just been like the greatest gift. I am just getting lost in these books, and it's been so much fun. It's such a nice thing to like unwind at the end of the night. I just throw this in my purse, and like if I show up at Daisy's school a little bit early, like if she's not out of school yet, I'll bust this out and read. When we go to like the play place, sometimes I'll take this and I'll get like knock some chapters out, and it's just been like the greatest gift. And it's really honestly helped my mental health as well, and can't recommend a Kindle enough. If you're struggling with reading, I highly recommend getting one, seeing if that helps, because it definitely helped me. Continuing down the book path, if you will, I have also been loving a specific booktuber, and that is Chandler Ainsley. I am obsessed with her. I am so obsessed with her. She's so well-spoken when it comes to describing books. Like, if I had to get on and like tell you about any of the books that I have read, I know that I would be saying like all the time. I'd be saying I'd be stumbling over my words. She's so just like, she so seamlessly explains what the books she reads are about. I also really just love her voice. I saw a comment on one of her videos where she had like pinned the comment, and someone had said that her channel, like to this viewer, is like ASMR. Like, her voice is just so calming. I've gone back and watched all of her videos. I literally sorted her videos from oldest to newest and went through. I didn't watch every one, but I watched the ones that I knew I was interested in. I would say the last year or 2, she's really focused on the romance genre. Initially, when she started her channel, she was reading kind of everything. But if you're into romance and you're looking for a booktuber to recommend fantastic books, to be completely honest, if a book is like garbage trash, or if it's one that she is like head over heels for, I highly recommend her. Okay, we're gonna do a hard pivot from from books to oils. It's fall. It's fall now. I was gonna say we're about to enter fall, but we literally just did a couple days ago. It's fall now, and I've really been keeping an eye on Eden's Garden. That's where I get all of my essential oils. If you were unaware, last year, it was like a couple months into quarantine, maybe like July 2020, I decided to ditch my candles and just use essential oils. And now that we're going into fall, I have been keeping an eye on Eden's Garden to see what kind of fall blends they were going to come out with. Of course, you can make your own blends. You can mix a bunch of oils together yourself to create. There's so many recipes, like on Pinterest, there's so many oil recipes, especially for like fall and holiday time. But this is one of their blends that they came out with, and it is fantastic. I just posted about it on Instagram because I cannot get enough. So this is their Autumn Air blend, and let me tell you what's in here because it's a lot of stuff. We got lemon, lavender, cedarwood, cinnamon, davana, fir, palmarosa, lime, lavandin, clary sage, fenugreek, geranium, and allspice. The reason I'm so into this oil is because it like replaces a Bath & Body Works candle. It is hard to replicate any and all, you know, staple Bath & Body Works scents. Like I said, there are a bunch of recipes on Pinterest. There are a bunch of dupes for Bath & Body Works candles online, but I've never found like a blend that was pre-made that smells just like a fall Bath & Body Works candle, and this does. I love it so much. I've been using it nonstop. We've had it for maybe like 2 weeks. I cannot get enough of it. If you are in the mood for like more fall scents in your house when it comes to your oils and your diffusers, but you don't want to buy a bunch of individual oils, Autumn Air. That's what you need. That's all you need is the Autumn Air from Eden's Garden. All right, next up, I have a body spray. This is the Rose Jam body spray from Lush. I bought this because so many people rave about it. I bought it trepidatiously because I was curious how like rosy it would actually be. I love it so much. There is a rose, oh my God, it smells so good. There is a rose like undertone to it, if you will, but that's not the first thing that hits you. It's more like fruity with a little bit of floral and like heavy on the vanilla. I love it so much. I'm wearing it constantly. I really like the Lush body sprays because they pack a punch. They last all day long. The scent is there and it stays, and this is one that I'm almost every morning using. I have a couple makeup products that I wanted to share. The first up is this blush palette that, similarly to using the Rose Jam spray almost every morning, I am using this almost every morning as well. This is from, this is by BH Cosmetics, and it's their Vanilla Peach Truffle 4-color blush palette. They have a bunch of these little mini blush palettes, so maybe if this one doesn't work for your skin tone, you could check out the other ones that they have. There is a full mirror in here, which is nice. And here is the color story we're looking at. I am very fair, so this works perfectly for me. We have two more like peachy colors. This is more of like a mauve, and then two more pink-ish colors. The thing I like about these is that they stay on all day, but when they initially get put on your face, you're not like, oh my God, like I have to blend it out. For me personally, because I'm so fair, that happens a lot with blush, where upon initial application, I look like a clown, and so I have to take my powder brush and like diffuse all of it. There's something here with the formula where it just goes on seamlessly the first time and then lasts all day long. I also really love the size of this. Like it's pretty small. It slides perfectly into like my little makeup travel bag. When I went to Seattle in late July, this is what I took with me, and it's nice because it's small, but you also get options. You have the mirror on there. It's perfect. BH Cosmetics has a lot of inexpensive makeup. I feel like they kind of they tread this really fine line of like having products that are not good at all and then having products that are like ride or dies. This is absolutely awesome. All of these products will be linked below, so if you're in need of a blush palette, there will be a link in the description box. I highly recommend this one. The last makeup product that I want to talk about is this Kosas Air Brow. It is a brow gel, and I have it in the shade medium brown. Now, I am pretty cheap when it comes to my brow gels. Like, I forever have used the Essence brow gel, and it's like $2.50 or something. And what I used to do is I would go through with my Essence brow gel, and then I would go over with a pencil, whether I was using like a L'Oreal pencil or an e.l.f. pencil. Now this is Kosas. It's sold at Sephora, and I think this is like 28 bucks. It's so good. I'm wearing it today, and that's all that I'm wearing. Like I didn't line my brows with anything like I used to. I'm not filling them in. I only used this. What I really like about it is, let me see if I can kind of show you. It's like a mousse. I don't think that's picking up on the brush, but it's like a mousse. So there's a lot of like workability that you have with it to kind of like spread it out, get it in like the right place that you want it. I also love the brush. It's like a triangular brush, so there are multiple sides of it that are like flat, and well, they're like flat and they come to a point. So you can really like, I kind of need extra help right here. So I'll kind of like hold it like this and kind of, you know, create the front part of my brow or the beginning part of my brow that way. This stuff is awesome. Speaking about long wearing, this stuff stays on all day long. Once it's set, it is set. You have a little bit to work with it. It's not crazy, like it doesn't dry down immediately. You have a little bit to kind of like fudge it. Sometimes I'll run a spoolie through my brows, not all the time. But this is my new obsession, and I'm gonna buy a new one when this dries out or when it's empty or whatever, because I like how my brows look just using the gel, this specific gel, and not using a pencil. Okay, I guess we might as well just do like the skincare item, the hair. We'll just do all of the like body care, makeup, hair care. Oh my God, this stuff is it's a favorites video. So it's gonna be a lot of, this is so good, this is amazing, this is awesome. This stuff is amazing and awesome and so good. This is the Bumble and Bumble Surf Foam Spray Blow Dry. So how they describe this is part mousse, but way lighter, part salt spray, but less gritty, for big beachy texture with heat-styled polish. I do not have this in my hair today because I air dried my hair today, but when I blow dry my hair, I use this, and it is absolutely fantastic. What I love about it is it gives you volume, but it also gives you texture. My hair tends to get really flat from like here to about here. It's just flat. It just doesn't look good. And when I had my balayage done I think I had it done in June, I bought this because she used it on me, and I was like blown away when I saw my hair, and she said it was because of this. I've used mousse before. I've used salt sprays before, specifically the Way sea salt spray. But what's different about this is that this goes on wet, and then you're supposed to blow dry your hair, where most sea salt sprays, you're supposed to spray it on your hair wet and then just like let your hair air dry, so you kind of get that like beachy look. I love that you're supposed to blow dry this. So if you're looking for a little bit more texture, a little bit more volume, this is like winner. It's not cheap. It is not a cheap product, but if you're not blow drying your hair every single day, it will last a long time. You can spray it root to tip. So what I've been doing is, I spray it like this. I kind of just like lift my hair and then spray at the roots underneath, and then I'll just do like very haphazardly, and it is just the best. All right, the food items. This is the first thing that I want to talk about. This is the Berea Ready Pasta. These are the same. I thought that they were different. I must have used the penne. These are 2 bags of the same thing. So this is the rotini. I've been loving these for many a reason. I feel like lately we've been eating a lot of things that I like to serve on top of some sort of starch, carb, whether it's pasta or white rice or brown rice. And I love this because it's microwavable. I don't have to boil a pot of water, make my pasta, make sure it's coming together at the same time as my meat or veggie or whatever. Not to mention that this tastes normal. It's not like a microwavable thing that's like, oh, this was microwaved. I don't know how they do it, but this tastes like I cooked pasta in a pot of boiling water. Just another thing that I love about it, the ingredients: water, pasta, extra virgin olive oil, sea salt. That's it. There's nothing funky in here. There's no preservatives, no nothing. And it's just fantastic. Another reason another thing I've been using these for is for Daisy's lunches. I'll put like some type of protein, whether it's chicken or fish or turkey, and then I will zap this in the morning, put some Parmesan on top, throw this in her lunch as well. If you're looking for just like a quick and easy side, or not even a side, but something to like accompany the other components of your meal, whether we're talking like lunch or dinner or whatever, this should be your go-to. All right, we're gonna chat about two more things. First of which, we got some creamer. These are the Chobani coffee creamers, and oh my God, they are so good. I have the cookies and cream currently and the sweet cream. The cookies and cream is hands down my favorite. I've also had the vanilla. None of them are bad. They're all fantastic, but the cookies and cream just blows the other ones out of the water. These are, they're just so good. They're so creamy. They're flavored perfectly. They're not chemically tasting. They're not overly sweet. I'm obsessed. And talk about like ingredients. That's kind of the main thing that drew me to these, because you know, I'm not doing keto anymore, so I can have the fun creamers. I can use the Coffee Mate and International Delight and all that jazz, but the ingredients are so bad, and the ingredients in here are so good. Milk, cream, cane sugar, cocoa, natural flavors. That's all that's in this one. This one is milk, cream, cane sugar, natural flavor. Like, there's nothing funky in here. There are not things you cannot pronounce. They're absolutely delicious. A lot of the time I don't even use sugar. It kind of depends on like how much creamer I put in. Sometimes I'll add some Splenda, but you can easily get away with only using the creamer, not adding sugar to your coffee. Plus, like, the packaging, y'all know I'm a sucker for the packaging. They also have their own coffee now. Like, Chobani has their own cold brew. I've bought that as well. Absolutely love it. I'm just such a sucker for like cute, aesthetically pleasing packaging, and it checks all of the boxes. If you see this in the store, buy it, try it, you will not be disappointed. All right, and lastly, my last favorite that I'm gonna chat about, because it would be silly not to, is thrifting. If you've been around the channel or been on my Instagram as of late, you know I am all about thrifting lately. Excuse me. I thrift for items to send into the Real, which is an online consignment store that sells high-end and luxury clothing, handbags, jewelry. Now they sell like collectibles and houseware stuff. I'm just obsessed. I mean, it's in my blood. My mom, when I was a kid in the 90s, like when we first got our computer, my mom sold stuff on eBay. And we'd always go with her to thrift stores. And so it's kind of always like been, you know, coursing through my veins. Like I grew up doing this, but the past, you know, 4 or 5 months or so, I've really just thrown everything that I have into it, and I just love it so much for so many reasons. It's very, first off, it's very therapeutic for me. I don't care how silly that sounds. It's very therapeutic to like go into a store and be focused and focus on like a rack of clothes and just like go through looking at brands, looking at brands, looking at brands. Like, there's something very relaxing for me about that. It's also a great way for me to get like my alone time, like literal alone time, where I am by myself, I am in the zone. It's just worked wonders, honestly, for my mental health, and I get a little extra chunk of change at the end of the month, which is not terrible either. I think of it as a game. I'm looking for the best brands. I'm looking for the things that are gonna give me, you know, the highest payout. And it's so much fun. I love the thrill of the hunt. I love trying to find that Valentino nightgown or that St. John dress or those Fendi shoes or whatever, you know, for very affordable, more than affordable prices. And it's just really been like the greatest thing for me. I've mentioned in my like first video back that my mental health was in a really bad place, and to have like a hobby that I can kind of throw everything into that I'm really, really loving and really enjoying has honestly just worked wonders for me. All right, y'all, that's it. Those are all my favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed. These are things that I'm truly am obsessed with currently at the moment. I will link what I can below if you are interested in any of these things. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one.